This meeting is being recorded.
All right, good afternoon, YouTube family. Hope you're having a blessed day. This is Lonnie Williams with 5minutetrades.com. Got a very special guest, my business mentor and good friend, Mr. David Thomas. Just want to spend a few moments with you, introduce you to our awesome quick turn strategy that the team developed. They just wanted to tell you about it.
Awesome.
But Dave, how long have you been trading?
I've been trading a little over 5 years now.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for sure.
What do you feel like has been the most beneficial aspect of you trading? Like, what you made the biggest impact, positive impact?
Well, I mean, I used to own my own restaurant, so I had started my own restaurant. Was a busy restaurant owner. I have kids, wife. It was just a very busy life. I wasn't able to see my family very much, and by learning to trade, I was able to retire from my restaurant. But I've also, what was one of the most rewarding things, obviously that was amazing being able to stay home, was I was able to eventually retire my wife as well. And so now we're both able to, do whatever we want to do during the day, spend time with the kids. I'm able to see them off to school in the mornings and at home when they get, at night when they get home, and, just really have that quality time instead of having to, just die at my restaurant. I mean, I was working 16, 18-hour days. It was crazy. So it's been the biggest impact on my life is just the freedom. It's just giving me the freedom to not have to grind every single day, and I can just trade and spend time with my family and help others along the way if I can.
Awesome. Speaking of helping others along the way, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the quick turn strategy? Because I've been finding it very helpful.
Yeah, sure. So this came about with for years on our team, we traded smart money concepts, which if anybody who's a trader out there might know what I'm talking about. But it's trading, identifying how the large institutions trade in the markets, and then kind of exploiting those patterns that they make, kind of jumping along for the ride, so to speak. But one of the downsides to smart money concepts is that there's a lot of times in those, what are known as order blocks, where the banks are placing those orders, price, there's not a lot of confirmation, right? Price will just go right through them. I mean, obviously there's confirmations with trend and that kind of thing, but to confirm our entries, we created an indicator that, is created by us. It's a combination of a price action formula plus about 4 or 5 different indicators programmed into this one indicator. And what it's doing is it's helping us confirm our entries. So we started using that with smart money concepts and had tremendous results. And we're seeing, things were going really well with that. But then actually one of our community figured out a pattern with the ATH. And that's what's so nice about having a big community is that, it's like this melting pot of ideas, right? And so somebody identified that there were when there was a certain pattern with the ATH arrows, and I'm going to share my screen and show you here in a minute, that there was a high probability trade. And so we took that and kind of ran with it. And from that has become the ATH strategy, or some people call it the quick turn as well. But it's a trending strategy. So you want to be in a trending market, and we obviously teach ways to identify that. But yeah, let me share my screen. I'll, just make a little bit more sense when you're looking at it.
Awesome.
All right, so you should be looking at that. So let's just give an example. This is the 5 minute. This works on any time frame. All right, so the purpose of these lines here is those are the higher time frame trend. So what we do is, if you're trading on, for instance, the 5 minute, you're going to want to use either the 30 minute or the 1 hour time frame as your trend. And what that does is it helps you kind of stack the odds in your favor. So you're always trading in direction of the higher time frame trend. So you're not kind of trying to paddle up stream, so to speak. So you can see here, and we don't want to trade in consolidation. So you can see here, price is really just going sideways. There's not a trend. See the difference between this area as opposed to something like this, right? Where price is just dropping. This is the trend, and that's the part we want to trade in. So these lines help us identify that, because you can see right here, when we had this red line, what happened? Price started dropping off. So we want to wait, and this is where the 62 comes in. So this is a 62 simple move, or a 62 moving average. And what we want to wait on, and there's actually, this was a 2-year study on this with, a full, document written on, thousands of trades that were tested on this actual price action. And so price, when these two EMAs cross over, there's a high probability that price is going to pull back to this EMA right here. All right. So when it pulls back and we get this pattern here and you'll see with the arrow, you see this arrow right here. That's so you wait for price to pull back to the 62, you get your arrow, and then boom, you're in the trade. Right. So you can see here, this was a winner. We usually suggest going for about 1 to 2 risk to reward on these. You can go for, you can take partials, you can go for longer if you want, but your entry would be there, your stop loss would be there, and you can see your 1 to 2 risk to reward is right there. And with a 1 to 2 risk to reward, you only need about a 50% win rate. Now, obviously, we have people in the community that the majority of the community that are using this have much higher. Obviously, I can't, each person is a little bit different, but it's in the 80s and 90% win rate using this strategy properly. And so with getting 1 to 2 risk to reward, that's massive. And so, right there, that was a win, right? And so you can see we come over here and we do it again. We get another arrow. Price pulls back to the 62. We don't want to trade in this, right? This consolidation right here. Once again, this is going sideways. So we're going to avoid this. We want price to give us a sharp movement up and then a sharp movement down. And you can see that's what happens right here. We get another arrow and then, boom, your entry would be there. Stop loss above there, or you can put your stop loss here. Even then, you're getting right there is your 1 to 2. Right? So once again, you could take partials there and you could try to hold it and see if it'll go longer. And you could see, you could actually have gotten more out of that potentially. So, that's the power of this. And we just keep going. You can see price pulled back again. We get a sharp move up and then price moves down right there. That's where you would put your stop loss, your entry here. And then you could have called that entire move. Once again, price pulls back, sharp movement, arrow, you're in that trade. This one didn't touch the 62, neither did this one. So we're going to avoid all that. And then price, this, I would probably, this is more of an aggressive entry. You're still bearish because of this red line. So you could take that. Some people would, but you can see we had a sharp move up and then sharp move down. You got your arrow and then you could have called that move. Right here again, sharp move up, touch 62, sharp move down. Boom, we're in the trade. Caught that entire move right there. None of these touch the 62, so you would try to avoid those. All right. So that's just an example of how it works. You want to find that trend. And of course, we have training on this that shows you how to identify when's the proper time to get into the market here. But as you can see, every time it pulls back and hits that, when you're going in the direction of the higher time frame trend, pulls back and hits that. Even these worked out up here, but we weren't bearish yet. So those are more aggressive and risky. So you'd want to wait till you're in the direction of the higher time frame trend, wait for price to pull back to that top, that EMA, and then give you the price action that you're looking for with that sharp rejection. And you can see you got that. And we go over this in videos and showing you exactly what to look for and how to use it and everything like that. So, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's pretty simple. And that's the beauty of it. It's really pretty simple. If you can line up red, wait for price to pull back, wait for your red arrow, you're in. And we suggest going for, like we said, a 1 to 2 risk to reward. But if you want to go for more, you can certainly do that.
Awesome. Whenever I tell people about this strategy, I've been talking about it for weeks via my YouTube channel here. I tell people you can follow a color code system, you can trade our strategy.
That's it. That's
what I like about it.
Yep.
I always say, keep it simple, silly. So we like to keep things simple here.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like most people, I don't say most, but a lot of people try to overcomplicate things and just show how much they know, right? Well, when it comes to trading, the more you know doesn't necessarily mean the better you're going to do. You're best if you have something that's simple, repeatable, that you can do day in, day out, and that's going to make it consistency, which consistency is what creates profitable traders.
That's so true. Speaking of consistency, we have a weekly free training that we like to invite you to. It's going to be starting this Monday. If you want to learn more about it, you can comment at this on this video, or you can message me at 5minutetrades.com. You go to my website, 5minutetrades, FIVE minutetrades.com, and drop me a line, and we get back with you as soon as possible and give you the pertinent details.
Yep, absolutely. The free training is awesome because not only can you watch the recordings if you're working during the time that we go live, but you can also type in right there and ask any question you want to ask. And we don't end that session until all the questions are answered. And you're going to get that full week, like Lonnie mentioned. So it's definitely a good time to come and get your questions answered.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time, Dave. Really appreciate you sharing the strategy with our YouTube community here, and hope everyone watching this that you consider joining us because the community is awesome. We're changing lives on a regular basis.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.